Good morning, sunshines. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a quirky little Q&A. I have not done one in a hot minute, and I kind of like Q&As because you just never know what you're gonna get. So I have a very large amount of questions to go through. I'm obviously not going to be able to go through all of them, but I will try to go through the common ones, the fun ones, and see what we got to work with. Without further ado, let's hop right in. I haven't even looked at these yet. I'm a little nervous. First question I see is, do you still have your implants? No, I do not. I got my explant in November 2021, and I am in love with not having them. I did enjoy them for 9 years, and I have no hate on anyone that gets them. I'm like, they were fun. But, you know, I personally didn't have BII symptoms that I know of. I just like a smaller chest. I feel like it makes me look younger. I think it's not me look young. I don't know. I think it makes implants age you a bit. They make you look like older, more mature, you know, more mature. I just like them being dainty. I like how they fit in clothes better, and I don't feel like that's all everyone can look at, you know? But I have a whole video on it if you'd like to look. But I got those things. This one says, how do you overcome insecurities in relationships? I love you. I love you. I definitely struggle with this. I definitely have my insecurities. I think it's important to remind yourself, particularly when you're comparing yourself to other people, because I will do that quite often, that they can be beautiful and you can be beautiful too. You don't have to be their type of beautiful. Be your own type of beautiful, and that is a magical, wonderful thing on your own. And also regarding insecurities that are more like, what is he doing? Why doesn't he want to talk to me 24/7? That's something I struggle with. I'm just like, why are you not more obsessed with me? You know, everyone is having their own human experience, their own little life path. Everyone shows love differently. And if you need to be shown up for a specific way, you need to communicate that. So we understand, so they understand. I think that's something that I struggle with sometimes. I struggle with communicating my needs because I'm like, oh, he just must not like me, when they don't even know what you're looking for. And I feel like there's so many insecurities that you could approach differently. So this is very broad. Communication is key, and don't take everything personally. It's not all a vicious, malicious attack on you. It is probably fairly innocent. I have noticed from my experience with men that it's usually not that deep. Most men are not very tactical, manipulative people. Some are, of course, there are exceptions. But from my experience, most men are not. They're not like doing things on purpose to hurt you. It's more like they're just not thinking that deep. And so it's okay to feel your feelings, but explain them in a rational way. All my advice I'm giving you is just things that I would say to myself, because I'm like, that is what I should be doing. I wish I was a little more specific so I could help you directly with what you're thinking about, but that's what I would tell myself. That's why I tell myself, don't take it so personally. How does your hair grow so long? When I was in Texas, the amount of times that one of my sisters or my mom or everyone was like, your hair is so long. Because it is, okay? And I decided to start taking these Nutrafol supplements. Nutrafol Women, it's a hair growth supplement. I had been, I guess, sort of growing my hair out, but honestly just not cutting it for so long. Remember when I was pretty much brunette? I didn't cut it for years. But since I decided to start dyeing my hair again, I knew it was gonna start breaking off and that it might need a little bit of support. So I did start taking this about 3 months ago. I feel like I've posted a bunch of times. I take it in the morning with my other vitamins. This video is sponsored by our Nutrafol supplements. I am a fan, okay? What I've noticed personally is that obviously my hair is growing really well. Like, I got it dyed a little earlier this year, but it's thicker and I shed so much less. Like when I'm brushing my hair, I used to pull so much hair out of my brush, guys. It's offensive, but I'm shedding much less. I feel like even I feel like you can't tell. I should have taken before and afters, but it's not really something I completely anticipated. But I feel like even my eyebrows and my lashes are like thicker, fuller. I don't know, I'm a fan. We're gonna keep taking it because I am going to continue dyeing my hair and I want that extra support. And I like that I'm not pulling my hairs off my yoga mat anymore. So we love that for us. I do like that it's made with 100% drug-free ingredients. We've got ashwagandha, curcumin. I looked up how to pronounce it so I wouldn't sound dumb, and I still don't know. Curcumin. I messed it up still. We've got marine collagen peptides and saw palmetto, so we love it. You can use my link in the description box and you'll get, if you sign up, you'll get $50 off of your first 3 months or $106 off of your first 6 months. If you sign up for one of those, you set yourself up for some consistency, success. We love that for us. It is a limited time offer, so go ahead, check it out, grab it if you've been wanting something to kind of facilitate a little thicker, fuller hair, better growth. I know that's also something that's really beneficial for people postpartum or menopausal even. So something to think about, something to consider. I got a link for you down there if you want to give it a try. And thank you so much to Nutrafol for sponsoring this video. What is your weekly workout schedule look like? So right now I would love to get running again, but my foot is broken. It is very, very frustrating because I was wearing my platform sandals like I always do because I have a problem because I want to be 2 inches taller. I rolled my foot like on the side, just on this side of my foot, on this foot. I just fell on it, like just walking. I wasn't doing it, we were just walking. And that happened in Hawaii, and I have literally every time I put my foot into a shoe since then, I feel like I've already complained about this on the video, so sorry if you heard me talk about it, but every time I put my foot into a shoe, it hurts. I just got back from the airport yesterday, stuffing my foot into these shoes, and they're like not even tight shoes, and my foot was just aching. So I would like to start running, but that being said, because I can't, the only thing I really feel comfortable doing right now is yoga, because if I don't want to do something on a certain foot, I just don't do it. Though I do kind of feel that even yoga is kind of messing it up and making it heal not as quickly. But I need something to keep me sane. I need something to keep me tethered to this reality, you know, some physical exertion. So I do yoga probably 5 times a week, almost every day, but then I'll take like Friday and Saturday off or something because they don't offer as many classes on Friday and Saturday for some reason. That's it. I do some hot yoga called Power Vinyasa, and I sweat my face off for it, and it is very fun. I tried to take, they also offer yoga sculpt, but those classes make me feel like I'm in a TV infomercial. We'd be bouncing around so much. I'm like, I don't like that. I like the breathing in yoga. I haven't even been wanting to do lifts because my foot is in pain and I don't work upper body. Sorry, not sorry. So that's it. Yeah, right now, 5 days a week yoga. And then as soon as my foot can physically be pushed into a shoe, I will be running, which will hopefully be in the next week. And I keep saying that. But in the next week, my foot is going to feel great and I'm going to run. Maybe lift a little too because I don't want to lose my butt, you know? Advice on how to process grief. I think everyone will process grief so differently. So I think you should listen to what you need, like yourself and your body and your mind, what you need. For myself, I have found that the only cure, unfortunately, for grief is time. Time has to pass, and then like there will be a big gaping hole where something used to be. Slowly, that hole will get smaller and it will feel less consuming. It will always be there. It might always make you sad, but it will get smaller. It will be easier to deal with. You will be able to live life again. Sometimes I even feel like we're humans. We're meant to go through all these processes of emotion, all these different emotional journeys. You know, you can't just be happy all the time because that happiness and contentment and joy wouldn't feel as amazing and as wonderful and joyous as it is without feeling moments of despair or grief or anger or everything else that you experience as a human. You know, I try when I'm sad now, I'm like, how can I sit in this and let this happen so I can move past it? Journaling has really helped me out. I will write so many pages of just nonsense. You could write poetry, just write out the experience, just write how you're feeling at that moment. Yeah, I'll write shitty poetry too, I'm not gonna lie, about how empty and sad I feel, like I'm a little emo 8th grader, but I mean, that stuff helps. It does, and you'll look back on it later and you'll probably cringe, at least I do. But in the moment, stuff like that helps. Or like, I find tapping into creative outlets, doing things with my hands, building things, drawing, putting things together, you know? You guys got those Lego sets or something? Or I like puzzles. Keep your mind busy, occupied, but allow yourself to grieve, to be sad, like to sit in it. Because I will also constantly try to distract myself, but also let yourself have it. It's time. Unfortunately, it's time. One day at a time, baby. We got this. You got this. This one says, I've been intentionally single for a few years and I think I'm ready to date again. Help, anxiously afraid. I don't know if there's more than that, it kind of cuts off. But first of all, I might be the worst person to ask because what am I even doing? You know what I mean? What am I doing? But I do enjoy a nice little dating app. I'll curse them every few months and not touch them for a while, but that is how I meet the boys. And that is not the only way to meet people, okay? If you are going out and doing things, I've been asked out at yoga before, but out and about, I don't make eye contact with people, and I don't think I'm a very approachable person. Maybe that's just in my head, but I don't really want people to talk to me and catch me off guard. So that's a scary way to meet people, but it is possible, okay? It's very possible. Maybe if you're a little more extroverted than I am. I used to be. I was just talking about that the other day. I was a very different person back then, but now a little more to myself. So I do use the dating apps. I think that's an okay way to dive in. And I don't even know the solution there because it's not like I'm in anything now, you know. I mean, I'm still talking to the same person. It's going fine, but I haven't had a ton of success. I just realized I like took this question. I'm like, actually, I don't know. Why don't you tell me? You were intentionally single for years. I guess I've done that, but not in a super intentional way. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, nothing appeals to me. That is a great question. If you wanted to type in the comments down below from your successful relationship, how you met the person, let us know. I love the tips. When I am on dating apps swiping, I mean, I look for certain things. I look for any just sprinkle of humor. I'll take anything at this point. But if you're just a straight up, I like to travel and fish and sports, I'm like, I'm probably not gonna have that much in common with you. You know, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. So I look for any sprinkle of some self-deprecating humor because I can banter for days with those kinds of people. Just slightly similar if they like yoga or lifting or some kind of working out, video games, something. I just need something for us to have in common. I think some common ground is a good base for creating any kind of relationship, a friendship, a relationship, anything. Just having something in common. So start there when you're swiping, and then you're gonna obviously go, let's be honest, for looks. You want them to be somewhat your type. You know, I don't need them to be the most beautiful man alive. In fact, I don't think I want to date the most beautiful man alive because I would be very insecure. Someone who, you know, is kind of your type. For me, I really like, I'll say it. Actually, I don't really care that much, but my eyes do catch on a buff man. I think that's just an evolutionary thing, probably. I don't know. Or the fact that I'm like into fitness. Buff, or even like surfer bods, anything. I don't know though. Sometimes that doesn't even matter. I like nice eyes. I like a nice smile. I'm always looking at teeth, nice teeth, making sure there's no plaque on them. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some superficial things are always going to be there, especially on an app where you're just looking at 6 pictures of the person to see. If they have a hat and sunglasses on in every picture, that's called spring break cute. You don't know if they're actually cute. Don't trust that. But also, if you banter, if you talk, I can get past so many things on looks if they're like funny and fun to be around and flirty. Like I don't even care if they're that hot. That's just me. Were these tips useful? Were they even tips? I don't know. I'm gonna move on to the next question because I don't know if I'm being helpful whatsoever. What have you loved the most about your 30s? I feel in my 30s, this is like the main difference, is that not that I used to think the world revolved around me, but I used to be very focused on what people were perceiving about me. Like I was very aware of that constantly, and it was a very distracting presence in my brain. I was always like, what could they possibly be thinking about what I'm wearing right now? And now I'm like, no one cares. Absolutely no one cares. I still feel awkward sometimes, and it's not like I'm no longer aware of it, but I'm less, I just don't care as much about what other people in the world around me are thinking. I'm like, social media is a different story. I do overthink that. But day to day, out and about, like I go into yoga classes, a brand new yoga class I've never been before. I do not care. I do not care if I cannot do the position. I don't care if I fall on my face. I'm not embarrassed anymore. I just don't care. I'm like, no one in this class cares what I'm doing. No one, everyone's gonna mess up. And even if they saw me mess up, they're not gonna be thinking about it for the next 3 weeks. They're gonna be like, that's kind of funny. And then they're gonna move on with their life and they're never gonna think about me again. You know, I'm not worried about what other people are thinking about me IRL, kind of at all. Like it's very freeing, honestly. And I'm also every time someone does something and I'm like, so odd, like that you cut me off like that. And then you know what? I consistently have this thought so often that I'm just like, we're all just humans having a human experience. Who knows what they're going through? Not my problem, you know? And I move on, and I don't take things personally because it's not about me, it's about them and their experience. And that is something I carry with me in life every single day, like truly. And it is very freeing. And I highly recommend if you keep reminding yourself of that, it will be habit, because I think that so many times a day. Also, when humans are just doing things, I'm like, I think it's so cute. I'm just always like grinning at little humans, just being silly little humans. I think they're so cute. Everyone's just rushing to do things and running across the street to be nice. I'm like, oh, look at you. You're so cute. Just being a little human, just helping kids cross the street. Humans are cute, adorable. Doing their little human things. Adorbs. I say that like I'm not a human. I am aware that I am also a human, but I'm much more chilled out now, I would say. In my 20s, everything, I just cared more about everything. Nothing matters. But like everything matters, but nothing matters. Does that make sense? Like it's not that big of a deal. Woosah. Chill out. Feels great. This one says, what facial cleansers do you use? I'm on the hunt for a good one. I have three that I alternate between. This is my bread and butter for dry skin girlies. If you're feeling dry, if you're flaky, I tend to get quite dry. This is the best face cleanser. It leaves me feeling like not dry, not like stripped, not awful afterwards. I love this cleanser. I'm on the very last leg of it. There's absolutely almost nothing. The way I have to squeeze this bottle to get something out of it right now, I need to get a new one. But this is the best for a dry day, a dry winter perhaps. Is that an airplane? 12 out of 10. Best, the Cause RX Triple Hyaluronic Moisturizing Cleanser. This I've just had for ages. Fenty Skin, and I ran out of one of my other cleansers. This is just like my side piece. I don't know. It smells incredible. I really like this cleanser. It feels good. It doesn't dry me out too much. Fenty Skin, another nice cleanser. This is one that I use my bioglycolic. It's Jan Marini. This I will use because I think it's good. It has like a acid or something in it. You know, it's gonna be one of those that's like helping your skin, you know, not just getting you clean. So I do use this a couple times a week, but I don't use it every day because it's just a little harsher. I see a lot of anti-aging people using it and I like it. It burns a tiny little, not burns, but you know, it's just got that ingredient in it. So I will use this, just not all the time. Those are my three faces. The three things I've been very consistently using in 2024 and I'm a fan. What have you learned from your last relationship that you will apply in your next? So in my last relationship, I was just talking to one of my little sisters about this. I thought we were together for like 6 months and we broke up in another couple months, but I never felt like, I never said I love you and I never felt the overwhelming urge to. And I kept telling myself that this was a slow burn and this is like what a slow burn relationship feels like. And that all my other ones were like maybe I was like too infatuated and it was too much. But I think that, not that slow burns aren't possible, but I think for me, I need to see that if there's not compatibility there, if there's not a bit of infatuation where I'm like super hype and excited about them, I should probably listen to that sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? Slow burn is one thing, but like I never felt those overwhelming feelings and there was just so much silence. Like it wasn't like I can talk to you for hours. I want to be in a relationship where they're like my best friend. And this was not like a best friend situation. I did talk to him every day, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I've been talking for 2 hours when you got phone. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to talk to my partner and I did not have that in my last relationship. And I think I definitely will think of that moving forward. You know, can I talk to you about anything? Can we just chat about anything and everything? And also, am I having fun with you? Is this fun? Because there were just a lot of times and it was just a compatibility thing. It wasn't anything against me or him or anything. It was just like we weren't compatible and we really tried to force it. Just because the physical aspect of a relationship is good does not mean that you should be in a relationship. And that is something I'm going to remember moving forward. I think that's really important for me. That was what that relationship taught me. This is so random, but bear with me because I saw this and I was like, yes. Have your cats ever had chin acne? If so, how did you deal with it? Yes, Max used to have chin acne really badly. What I did is I stopped feeding him on anything plastic. When I changed all of his plates to ceramic and I washed them frequently, and his water fountains, I changed those, they were plastic. I didn't really think about it at the time. And then I changed them to stainless steel or ceramic. And after I did that, it eventually went away. It was like plastic or anything that's not ceramic or stainless steel. It's just anything. I don't remember what it was at the time now because it's been so long. After I changed those things, it went away. So that is what I would suggest. This one says, maybe sharing a yoga routine or any yoga poses you're currently working on. I don't have any yoga routines. I like yoga in a classroom setting specifically. And I know that's not always possible for everyone, but I really feel like that sense of like community, of being around people, of like struggling or working on something together, breathing together. I think that is just wonderful. It's what makes me want to do it. I love a classroom setting for yoga specifically. But poses I'm working on. So sometimes in our class we usually work up to a peak posture and then abs and a cool down, and that's what we do. So my favorite poses, and every time I love a challenge. Like I love when they give us a pose and I can't totally do it because I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to do that and I'm gonna be able to do it next time. I'll show you a couple of them that I'm not that good at, but kind of good at. These are the ones that I like when they cue us in. I haven't done anything. I probably shouldn't just pop into these, but it's probably fine. Crow pose. So I like all the balancing stuff. When you're balancing on your hands and you have to like put your knees over. So there's like crow. And then recently we've been doing side crow, which is like this, and then you have to pop it up like so. Oh yes, I'm very balanced. And then one that I struggle with that I just recently started incorporating is called hurdler's pose, I think. But you have to go up. I don't even know what they do. Do something like this. I don't know what it is, but they're going to the side, and I'm like trying to figure it out, and I'm seeing everybody else doing it. But a lot of times in class, they're not showing you how to do it. They just assume you already know how to do it, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what this is. So the hurdler's pose, that's the one I'm working on right now. I did not warm up my wrist for this, so I'm not gonna do anything else. But I love me some yoga. I love it. There are quite a few questions that are like, do you track macros, or how's your eating, or are you dieting, whatever. I don't track. I'm not even thinking about food right now. I just eat when I'm hungry. In the morning, I always have the same. I'm like such a weird creature of habit. I can eat the same thing over and over and over. I'm waiting for me to like get out of the hyperfixation of it. I have the Adele's chicken sausage. It's chicken and apple. I have 1 or 2 of those. Put them in the air fryer. I chop them up with my cooking scissors, and I put them in the air fryer, and then I make a couple eggs or some oatmeal, depending on my mood. That's breakfast. And then later, I have a factor meal at some point. I always do. And I have a lot of like, I always think of them as like girl dinner, but it's just like snacks along the way. I'll have like a chomps and a string cheese and some grapes or blueberries or some kind of fruit, like a little snack charcuterie board on the go. I don't know. I eat that like almost every day. I'll make a ninja creamy. I always have something sweet at the end of the day. I always want something a little sweet. Sometimes I just have a frozen pizza. I'm like, I'm not doing anything super intentional. Oh, I always have my my chicken walnut cranberry feta salad. I eat one of those most days. It's like that's why I don't do full day of eating, because I'm like, I literally eat the same thing every day. I could do one and then that's it. That's all I have for you, because that's what I eat every day. I eat a wafer bar every day. Protein shake. I'll have one of my Alani's, either as a Ninja Creamy or I'll just chug it. And that's that. That's it, baby. It is not interesting, but I don't know, it satiates me. I think because I have it every day, my body just like craves these specific things, because it's like, ooh, this is a time of day when I have my little chomps and string cheese or whatever. You know, like, I don't know. I just listen to what my body's like, it's time, and you eat this every day, so let's get on it, you know? That's what I do. I don't really overthink it. I do eat out. I eat burritos and stuff once a week, sometimes twice. Sometimes I'm like, that's why I don't want to date as much, because we'd be going out and I'd be chowing down on everything new. And I like my routine because my stomach always feels good. My digestion works well. Like everything works. And I love that feeling of my body just working. And so I like my meals consistent, nothing crazy, nothing super. I don't know if it's the perfect diet, you know. I'm not saying you should eat this, but that's what I eat. That's it. This one says, and I don't think I've ever even thought of this. It says, why do you keep pics with your pre-exes up on IG? You don't care? It's in the past? It's part of your story? I genuinely, I don't even know who they're referring to. Like, I don't know who I have pictures with. I don't think it matters. I don't know. Does it matter? Do you guys take your pics off? I feel like I only take pics off if it's like, I'm freaking pissed. And I'm like, this guy is the worst person ever. And then I go and I'm deleting. Unless it's like old stuff, and then I'm like, I don't know, that was what I was doing at the time. Like for a time period, all my stuff, it was like my relationship was my social media. Like I can't delete every single photo with that person, because I'm like, then I have nothing there to show that like I existed those years. So I'm like, I don't really think it matters. Sometimes when I look at my past self, I'm like, I don't know who that is. I don't even recognize myself. Since I don't associate that person with myself anymore, I'm like, whatever, yeah, she was dating that guy, that was crazy, right? I don't really think about it. I don't think it's a big deal. Do you guys think it's a big deal? Should I delete those? I don't know. I don't think it matters. I don't think there's any emotional connection there anymore, so it's just like, that happened. Whatever. This is my journal log of my life at this point. That's what social media is for me. So I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. This one came up while I was in Texas. Did you naturally slow way down on drinking, or was it intentional? I genuinely don't drink because I don't feel good on it. It's so strange because I used to really enjoy like having a glass of wine, or like, you know, just having a drink at a dinner. I don't even really enjoy that anymore, and it's very weird. I just don't, it doesn't feel good right away. I just feel tired and like not good. And it's borderline, I kind of wish I still liked it a little bit. Just a glass here and there, just a fun drink at dinner, you know? But I genuinely just don't feel good. And I don't know if it's just because I got older, my body isn't processing it as well, or because maybe I haven't been drinking it for so long that my body like just refuses to. I don't know what it is. It's frustrating because it used to be an enjoyable little side quest experience for me. And now I feel like it was stripped from me without my permission. I don't like that. So it wasn't super intentional. Like I will go out and I will try to have a fun drink at dinner and I will not finish it. 26-year-old me would not recognize this. Would be like, what is wrong with you? I don't know. I don't feel good on it. The only time I will drink, the only time that I will drink and it is fun is when I go on my friend trips. We go on a trip once a year. There's like 15 of us and I will drink on those trips. And it is weird. I don't know why. Something about the energy, maybe a bunch of people being together. I don't know what it is, but I'll drink then. Or I did last year. We'll see if this year if I do as well. Yeah, I just don't feel good on it. In my 30s, I don't do things that don't make me feel good. I don't eat things that make me feel like crap. I won't drink anymore. I used to just do that because it was fun in the moment. And now, no. I want to feel good. I love feeling good. I love it so much. I am not doing anything that makes me feel bad. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. This one says, I've turned 38 years old today. Happy birthday. I feel scared of not finding the one and not having children. Do you feel the same? I have never felt the need for children. I still don't. I still don't look at them like I need one of them. Like I just don't. But for example, when I'm dating someone who's younger than me, I worry that they'll want kids. They'll be like, no, I'm cool with not having them. And then in 10 years, when I just can't have them, or it's much more less safe for me to, they're gonna change their mind and then leave me because they could still have children and I can't. I mean, even dating someone my own age, I feel like in 10 years, they could change their mind and date someone 10 years younger than them. You know what I mean? So I'm aware of that, but I don't know. It is a little scary because I'm like, I'm 34. Every time I think that, I'm like, no, I really am. And it is definitely something to keep in mind. I think if it's financially like doable, I think freezing your eggs is an option. I've thought about it. I'm like, I don't even know that I don't mind. And I've always kind of thought, I'm like, I'm gonna adopt a 10-year-old, you know? Like, I think that would be really cute and sweet. And they'll always appreciate me. Just kidding. But I've had the thought. So I definitely empathize with that. And I understand where you're coming from. And I think it's just part of our life journey, you know? Not everyone will go through that, but we'll get through it. We'll figure it out. I guess it is hard if you want kids though, and you're older. That's difficult. Maybe freezing your eggs is the best option. I don't know. That's a horrifying thought. It's very difficult. Being a woman is hard. We have a lot of difficult choices to make. I have so many questions on here. They're really good ones too. My camera is dying and I do feel like this is already going to be kind of a long video. So I'm gonna go ahead and conclude it there. Maybe we'll do Q&A part 2. I think that's definitely doable, but that's gonna go ahead and conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything you want more detail on, or if there are any other questions that kind of string off of these ones or anything like that. You can let me know in the comments down below. I would love that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching. I love you. That's all for now. Goodbye.